I'm from Quincy, California. Anybody heard of Quincy? It's like Northern California. Ever heard of Quincy? It's a small town. It's up by Lake Tahoe. It's only 5,000 people. Used to be a thriving lumber town, a logging town, lumber mills. And then a bunch of hippies moved up there from Berkeley in the 70s. Started complaining about spotted owl this and spotted owl that. Now Quincy's a small drinking town with a big logging problem. I moved down here many years ago, you guys. I came down here with all my belongings. I had a girlfriend, a little boy at the time, and my pickup truck. And I'll never forget, I was going down the 5, down the Grapevine, and I said, look at that, honey. Look at those lights. That's Hollywood. I'm going down to chase my dreams. Turned out I was looking at Magic Mountain. It wasn't even L.A. I never made it. Stalled out at Magic Mountain. I landed in Sherman Oaks. First time I moved in here, I lived in an apartment in Sherman Oaks, kind of right off Ventura Boulevard, and I thought it was so Hollywood, you guys. I was from a small town, 5,000 people, and my neighbor was this was back in 1985, my neighbor was having sex with William Shatner at the time. He was Captain Kirk to me, I thought he was Captain Kirk, but he was in this show called T.J. Hooker. And he used to come over in the middle of the daytime in his cop uniform and do the deed with her, right next door to me. And I thought this was the greatest thing. I had no idea of doing comedy back then. I was a musician and I was just an asshole. And said he would be over there and they'd be going at it, making noise, and I'd be in my apartment going, ooh, ooh. Captain's log. Let her have it, Jim. More power. Fuck. What a dick I was. I should have been out watching his car, kind of kiss his ass or do. It's so bad. A few years later, I was actually trying to do the same woman that he had been doing. That's trying to boldly go where, as it turned out, many men over the years had went. It sounded like so much fun. I wanted to be part of it. That's basically what happened there. Yeah, never made it. I don't know what happened. I used to live in Tahunga, you guys. This is pretty close to here. I had a house in Tahunga, and then I lost a job. I used to sell cookies, you guys. It's a true story. I used to sell cookies. And then I found out that there's a lot more money to be made in selling medical marijuana. So fuck those cookies. Take your gluten-free bullshit and get the fuck out of here. OJ Kush is what we're special. It's kind of a Heisman hybrid. Sounds stupid, huh? I lost my house up there, and I lived in a little guest house behind another comedian for a while because I had to sell my house in Tahunga. And my guest house was like a little bigger, like the size of these tables. It was really small. And everybody's oh, don't worry about it, Cole. When your company takes off, you can get a better house, a new house in a better neighborhood in Tahunga. I'm like, oh, yeah, guys, I get it. This is just a transitional home here between my nice home in Tahunga and heaven. See, heaven, that's where I'm going. Fuck you guys, you're all going there. I'm not going alone. Oh, shit. I got a girlfriend. She's a Mexican girl. Yeah, give it up for me. Any Mexicans here? They're hot. Whew. I met her at the cookie factory. It's a true story. Last summer we weren't talking last summer. I tried to get my mind off her. I was like, I gotta get my mind off this woman. I was like, I'll go watch a baseball game. Let me tell you something. If you're trying to get your mind off a Mexican woman, Dodger Stadium is not the fucking place to go. Have you been there? Oh, fuck, it makes that cookie factory look like Xanadu. I mean, if you're into that thing, which I am, obviously. She took me to my first Mexican funeral, I remember a few years ago. I was the only white guy there, over 300 people there. I was the only white person, and I learned two things about the Mexican funeral this day. A, there's a lot of crying, which is normal, and B, it's perfectly appropriate to wear a Raiders jersey. Come on, if there's Mexicans here, you know that's true. I was such an idiot. I went out to Men's Warehouse and bought a nice suit jacket. I told her, you should have told me. I could have went to Target and got a Raiders jersey like Rodriguez over there. $23. Saved myself all that money. I have a sister who lives in Sacramento. I'm very proud of her because she's successful. Thank you. She's a nurse, actually. She's a neonatal nurse, and I love her because she's married. She has a husband and 2 kids, but then all of a sudden one day, boom, she left. She moved in with a woman. She became a lesbian, you guys. Yeah, juicy, huh? I don't care, I'm old school, but she's my sister. I love her. I don't really give a shit. But I was curious. Hey, Lisa, what happened? How come you're gay all of a sudden? And she said, well, Cole, when I was younger, I had some attractions. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, right? We all did. Come on, what do you think all that duck hunting was about? Shit. Out in that cold blind, freezing my ass off, pouring some hot chocolate with my old buddy. Get any gayer than that. It's one of the reasons why I never wrestled. I didn't want to get excited rubbing up against the wrong guy or the right guy. Either way. I knew I was successful because I got excited when I was a little boy. She says this is horrible, but I used to get excited rubbing up against a lawnmower, and this has really happened. I used to mow my grandmother's lawn, and she had a big hill. When I dragged a mower up the hill, the vibration was down around my. I love that shit, I was so excited to mow the lawn. I'd show up in the middle of summer, be over 100 degrees, and my grandma would say, oh, no, Cole, no, it's way too hot. It's not a good day. Not a good day today to mow the lawn. It's not healthy. I'm like, you know what? Just back the fuck off, Grandma. I got this shit. You let Daddy work. I saw the mower on the way in the garage. She's ready for a pool. Let me at it. I made so much money that summer pushing that lawnmower around. There's going to be some people in my hometown who are going to be uncomfortable with that joke. Yeah, I do remember him. I took the money I earned and bought a bigger vibrating machine. I wanted to buy a little mini bike, but I had made so much money, I bought a Honda SL 125. And the fucking thing would get me off so crazy. You know that. You know, any motorcycle guys? I can't ride a motorcycle anymore. I only got one eye. Somebody will come and hit me. I have a glass eye. People always think it's a lazy eye. Like a comedian the other night said, hey, Cole, when I'm talking to you, which eye should I look into? I'm like, oh, shucks, Brett. I don't care. Either one. Doesn't matter to me. I'm so touched he wanted to look into my eyes. It's kind of younger. That's a chicken hawk move. Never mind. Don't need to go into all that stuff. A lot of stuff going on these days. A lot of tension out there. Now young people are afraid of minorities now, right? Young white people are afraid of minorities. But you know who everybody's afraid of is old white people. Huh? We're the ones that'll fucking snap. So my friend asked me to have a gun. I had a gun. I said, oh, I don't have a gun because I'm afraid I only have one eye. If I aim it at somebody, I'm always going to shoot the guy standing on his right. Shit, I'm sorry. I was aiming. It always happens. I go right down to the target practice and get some target. I like to fuck with the kids, you know. I'm in there practicing, you know. God damn, it's hard to see with this stocking over my head. I'll show you. Fucking talking in the theater. Can't hear what the fucking Little Mermaid's saying. Yeah, old white guys are fucking gonna rule. Old creepy white guys. It's a bad joke, huh? This one's worse. I do like the Dodgers. I was at the Dodger game. I have better seats this year. I'm right down in the field, and I told my friend the other day, I said, hey, in fact, I took Zach to a game, and I don't know, one game this year, I told my friend, hey, you know, I saw Magic Johnson was sitting right down in front of us. He goes, really? I'm like, yeah, he's right down in front to the left. He's there with his son. You know, his son just came out of the closet last summer. You know about it. You heard about this, right? I know my friend's a little insensitive. He says, oh, well, does his son have AIDS too? I'm like, well, not yet. Jesus. First, he's going to have some sex with some bad women like his dad did. That's a new one. I figure what the hell at this point, just push it, right? What do I got to lose? I'll show them. Most of my family's dead, which is, I mean, that's normal when you get to my age, right? They're all pretty much gone. And the few that are living don't like my comedy anyways. I have a cousin who lives up in Reno, and I said, or he lives up in Quincy by Reno, and I said, hey, I'm going to be in Reno next month. If you want to see me, I'll hook you up with some tickets. And my cousin's response was, are you still doing that? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm going to get you some tickets. He's like, no one's tried to stop you? No, nobody's tried to stop me. Jesus Christ. Unless you're considering, you know, Father Time. Father Time's definitely trying to stop me. Oh. Jesus. All right. Well, let me do one more joke and get off here. I know what it was. I'm Comic Cole on Twitter, you guys, at Comic Cole. I'm really bad with I need some Twitter followers, at Comic Cole. Follow me, but I'm a shitty Twitter. I finally got more people, well, I'll just be honest. I finally got more people following me than I'm following, which is kind of a significant achievement for a comedian. But then I started tweeting. My tweets are so bad that I lost a bunch of people. So I'm trying to stay ahead. So I looked at the people I'm following. I'm like, oh, God, I got to cut some of these people off here. Shit. Who do we got here? Evelyn Taft, Channel 9 weather girl. It's pretty hot, but let's face it, it's probably not going to happen between me and Evelyn. So adios, Evelyn. Who else we got here? Philip Seymour Hoffman. Well, he hasn't tweeted in months. I don't give a shit. That role he played in Boogie Nights as Scotty, I'll follow him till I'm 10 feet under. Oh, shit, you guys. You guys are a good audience. So what I like about you guys, no heckling. I mean, when I started doing comedy, my own father heckled me. I was doing my set, and all of a sudden I hear this voice say, he's my kid, and I love him, but I don't think he has it. Well, I'll tell you what, Dad, it's Sunday night, and I'm here with you wonderful people. Give yourself a hand, you guys. Thank you so much. You know where my dad is? My dad's up on the fireplace mantle in an urn. So take that, you son of a bitch. I'll show you who has it and who doesn't have it. I'm Comic Cole, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Cole Young. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Very funny.